we're not in session, but just a couple recommendations for the It is now 1:24. Today is Tuesday, June 10th, and we are here at the Senate chamber of the Honorable Jesus B. Mofnas Memorial Building, and I now call this first day, third special session to order. Before we proceed with today's agenda, I'd like to introduce the staff assisting the delegation with today's session. We have our legal counsel, Joe Bermudez, our delegation clerk, Baby Hoko, our sergeant at arms, Ben Terlahi. We have our LA assisting us, Devin Macaranas, and our youth Congress coordinator, LJ Castro, and our IT manager, Jonathan Diaz. Before we proceed, can I get everyone to please rise for a moment of silence? Good afternoon, everyone. At this time, I recognize the clerk to take roll.
Senator Calvo,
Present.
Chairman Manglonia,
Present.
Senator Mendiola,
Here.
Representative Ogle.
Present.
Mr. Chairman, all four members are present.
Thank you, clerk. With all four members present, we have the quorum to proceed with today's session. And with that, I now move down to, or before we proceed with public comment, I recognize the floor leader for the proper motion.
Thank you, Chairman Manglonia. At this time, I would like to make a motion to suspend pertinent rules to include unnumbered miscellaneous communication on today's agenda. So move.
Second.
There was a motion made and was seconded. Any discussion on the motion?
Ready.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries. We now move down to public comment, and the floor is now open. Seeing as we have no one from the public here to make comments, we move down to the adoption of journal, and I recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Chairman. I would like to make a motion to adopt Rota Legislative Delegation Journal number 24-03, first day, second special session, dated April 25th, 2025. So move.
Second.
All right, there was a motion that was made and was seconded. Discussion on the motion.
Ready.
All in favor of the adoption, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries. We now move down to the item D, introduction of local resolutions. And at this time, I would like to formally introduce RLD Commemorative Resolution number 24-01 to honor and commemorate the life and legacy of the late Oscar Mendiola, a proud son of Rota whose service, contributions, and enduring love for his people and homeland left a profound impact on the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands and beyond. This was introduced by myself and all members of the delegation on May 22, 2025. And at this time, I recognize the floor leader for the proper motion.
Thank you, Chairman. I would like to make a motion to suspend pertinent rules to move RLD Commemorative Resolution number 24-01 to a resolution calendar for today's action. So move.
Second.
All right, there was a motion made to place RLD Commemorative Resolution number 24-01 on today's resolution calendar and was seconded. Any further discussions?
Ready.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Any other members for the introduction of resolutions? There being none, we move down to messages from the governor. We have none. Messages from the mayor. I recognize the clerk.
Mr. Chairman, there is one mayor's communication number 24-02.
Any comment from the members? There's none. We move down to messages from the municipal council. We have none. Reports and communications from heads of departments and agencies. We have none. House communications. I recognize the floor leader. I'm sorry. Before we make that motion, I recognize the clerk.
Mr. Chairman, there is one House communication number 24-03.
Thank you, clerk. At this time, I recognize the floor leader for the proper motion.
Thank you, Chairman. I would like to make a motion to suspend pertinent rules to move House Local Bill number 24-9 to our bill calendar for today's action.
Second.
All right, there was a motion made to place House Local Bill 24-9 on today's bill calendar and has been seconded. Discussion from the members.
Ready.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries. We now move down to Senate communications. We have none. Delegation matters. I recognize the clerk.
Mr. Chairman, we have three delegation matters numbers 24-21 to 24-23.
Thank you, Clerk. Any discussion from the members? We move down to miscellaneous communications, and I recognize the clerk.
Mr. Chairman, we have four miscellaneous communications, numbers 24-06 through 24-09.
Any discussion from the members? Senator Mendiola, I thought you. Right, is that counted, clerk? Senate Presidents? Next session. Okay. Okay. It's up to the Senate. Okay. Okay, that's fine. The clerk, the two additional communications, are there any of that medical documents?
Yes. there-
Both the 8 and
Both.
9?
Yes.
Members, if there are no objections to accepting communications, this will certify and include the additional patients on the medical subsistence allowance list. Any
No objection.
objections to these
No
communications?
objection.
All right, without any objections, these additional patients that have submitted their medical documents shall be included in our list of those who received the medical subsistence allowance. We move on to reports of committee. We have none. Unfinished business, we have none. A resolution calendar. At this time, I recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Chairman. I would like to make a motion to adopt RLD commemorative resolution number 24-01. So move.
Second.
All right, there was a motion made and was seconded. Further discussion from the members. At this time, I recognize the clerk to take roll.
Senator Calvo,
Yes.
Senator Mendiola,
Yes.
Representative Ogo,
Yes.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, all four members voted yes.
Thank you, clerk. With all four members voting yes, commemorative resolution 24-01 is hereby adopted. We now move down to bill calendar, and I recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Chairman. I would like to make a motion to pass House Local Bill number 24-9. So move.
Second.
Thank you. There was a motion that was made for the passage of HOB 24-9 and has been seconded. Discussion from the members.
Ready.
Rep. Julie, were you gonna make the amendments? Short recess. All right, we now rise back into our session, and the floor leader still has the floor. Short recess. We're back from recess. I recognize the floor leader.
Thank you, Chairman. I would like to make a motion to make an amendment on House Local Bill number 24-9. So move.
Second.
Sorry, floor leader, can you just explain the amendments? Rep. Julie, please state the amendment.
Okay, thank you. So this time I would like to make an amendment on section 3 under expenditure authority, line 11, page 3. And that would be to include after RCGC chairperson, line 13, provided that a separate account to deposit funds appropriated accounts under subsection A, comma B, comma C, and D shall be established. So move.
And then section 4.
Oh, in addition to the amendment, I would like also to revert line 18, page 3, under the sentence, unless a written justification is submitted to the RLD chairperson for approval. The approval shall be signed by at least 3 RLD members. So move.
Second.
Thank you, floor leader. There was a motion that was made for amendments to HOB 24-9 and has been seconded. Further discussion? Recognize the Senate. Oh, you had discussion?
Oh, no.
Oh, sorry. Just to clarify, the amendment of reverting back to under the reprogramming authority, the proposal right now and the way it was introduced in the House would be more, not problematic, but more, there would be a lot more hurdles for the RCGC to go through in order to make changes. And so all they would have to do by reverting back to the original language would be just to submit the request to the RLD, and then we'll 3 members of the RLD can sign off on any changes that needs to be made to the reprogramming of any of these funds. Any further discussion? If none, can we do a voice vote, Council?
Yes.
All in favor of the amendment, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Further discussion on House Local Bill 24-9 D1. At this
Chair.
time, I recognize the Vice Chair, Senator Calvo.
Thank you, Chairman. I motion to amend Draft 1 by including House Local Bill 24-9, Draft 1 by including Section 2 under Appropriations, page 3, just after line 10. Any compensation owed to a deceased member shall be paid in accordance to 4 CMC subsection 9711 in reference to earning compensation and earning subsistence allowance.
Can I get a second to the motion?
Second.
Thank you. Further discussion on Senator Calvo's amendment? Recognize Senate President.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think just to clarify, Senator Calvo's amendment is really to just authorize family members of the deceased to receive the compensation should there be a decease in the of the receiver or original receiver of that compensation. Is that correct?
Yes. Well, it's already a CNMI statute. Senator Calvo, I think, is just providing clarity on the local level. Should any commissioner members have any questions in regards to that?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Further discussion on the amendment? There's none. All in favor of the amendment, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. The motion passes. We're now back to the main motion. We have House Local Bill 24-9 D2. Any discussion on that motion?
Ready.
Ready? For that, at this time, I recognize the clerk to take roll.
Senator Calvo,
Yes.
Senator Mendiola,
Yes.
Representative Ogle, Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, all four members voted yes.
Thank you, Clerk. With all four members voting yes, House Local Bill 24-9D2 is hereby passes the delegation. That takes care of our bill calendar. We now move down to miscellaneous business. Floor is open. Recognize Senator Mendiola.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Just wanted to just briefly bring this up to the delegation's attention on one of my meetings with Mr. Regis and Mr. Lee of Beach Garden. And of course, I'm going to submit this for the record for probably our next session to be included. But there's currently a situation with Beach Garden that, there's an arrear that was owed roughly about $10,513, which the mayor was so kindly to pay some of this debt. However, there's still a remaining balance of 3,900, and the owner and the manager is seeking assistance in getting this obligation or this debt paid off. A little background story based on the meeting. Mr. Regis, this debt really was owed from previous administration, and I so understand that the mayor has been trying to pay this down, as well as the delegation. But there seems to be some communication barrier just because of the agreements from previous, and of course we no longer have the opportunity to just go back and clarify some of those statements. So Mr. Regis just kind of came to my office asking for assistance to just try and get this debt situated so that we can move forward. So just wanted to submit that information for the delegation's consideration. I'll provide the original copy to our clerk to make sure that every member in this body gets this information. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Senate President. Any other members? If there's none, we move down to announcements. Before we proceed with announcements, Rep. Ogo, from my understanding, you submitted a follow-up letter to CBP. Has there been any response to that?
Yes, actually, I received a response from Saipan CBP Director Ferdy Malari. He's gonna follow up with the headquarters again on the status of the MOU
Okay.
review. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you for following up. I know that there's an airline too that is hoping to open up services between Guam and Rota, provided that issue of virtual clearance can be addressed, and that'll mean an easier processing for them when it comes to sending their passengers out to Guam. If there's nothing else from the members, we move down to announcements. Floor is open. Any events? If there's none,
Mr. Chairman, sorry.
recognize
So
Senator.
it's not really an announcement. I think it's important now to just go ahead and congratulate all the graduates of our Rota High and both elementary and high school graduates. I was not able to attend, so I think it's just fitting that I go ahead and announce that publicly and congratulate all those individuals that graduated, and I wish them well and on their future aspiration. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Senate President. Any other members? Recognize floor leader.
Thank you, Chairman. I'm actually just sharing a bulletin from the Office of U.S. Delegate Kimberly King Hines. There will be a constituent services coming down to Rota on Friday, June 13th. It's going to be at the Roundhouse from 1:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. And then Wednesday, June 18th, Rota Mayor's Office, Conference Hall, 1:30 p.m. to 3:30 p.m. And there's no appointments needed. Walk-ins are welcome, and this will address or services under Social Security and Disability, Veterans Affairs, Passport and Immigration, Internal Revenue Services, Federal Student Aid services. So if any of these services that you have any inquiries or questions, you may visit the Roundhouse on the 13th of June and the Mayor's Office on the 18th. Thank you.
Thank you, floor leader. Recognize the Vice Chair.
Thank you, Chairman. I just wanted to reiterate the blessings for all the eighth grade promotees throughout this CNMI. I did have the opportunity to attend most of the eighth grade promotions as well as the high school graduates. So that's a wonderful experience. Also, our kids from Rota, it's very blessing to have them proceed, you know, to their life after high school. So I did attend that. Another thing on the calendar I wanted to share is the Rota Ocean Fair, which they have it, you know, with the other two neighboring islands. That's going to be on the 21st of June. So we're looking forward to hoping that, you know, everybody that has the opportunity gets to promote that event as well as many more on our calendar. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Calvo. And then just going back to Rep. Julie's announcement, I did also get clarification. I know it indicates that there are support for passport and immigration. The the delegate's office is able to assist in terms of following up with applications or any questions they may have. But in terms of processing, that is typically done through either the mail or the CNMI finance office. And just an update, we are looking at hopefully sending down passport reps at the end of this month or early next month due to the lack of personnel that they currently have on board, seeing as how some of them are on leave, and so they don't have enough personnel to handle both offices if they were to send individuals down the road. So we're looking at the end of June to first week of July. Additionally, I do want to share that the Saipan Chamber of Commerce is generous enough to include students from Rota and Tinian in regards to their scholarship opportunities that they provide to the CNMI. And so the deadline for that is June 30th. And it looks like it's only being offered to those who are planning to attend NMC or NMTI. And so if that's within your plans for fall of this year, please take advantage of that opportunity. Again, the deadline is June 30th, and it looks like you can visit them on their social media, Saipan Chamber of Commerce, to get more information. Thank you. Any other members? If there's none, at this time I recognize floor leader for the proper motion.
Thank you, Chairman. At this time, I would like to make a motion to for an adjournment subject to the call of the chair. Thank you.
Second.
There was a motion made for the adjournment of today's delegation session and has been seconded. Further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. This first day, third special session is hereby adjourned.